Some games these days act like you're a toddler trying to cross a busy freeway at rush hour. Hey, did you know you have to press A to jump? Here's an unskippable tutorial for something you could have figured out in 10 seconds. They'll point you directly to where you need to go and then tell you exactly what you have to do when you get there. It's like devs are scared of you getting confused, so they want to hold your hand and drag you around the whole game so you never have to actually think about anything. Let's talk about hand-holding in games. I've had a mounting frustration with the increasingly dumbed down ways devs try to hold your hand these days. Tutorials for complex mechanics are one thing, but making them unskippable and forcing you to perform a list of basic movements to complete them is a whole nother story. Most people need something to show them how to play Devil May Cry, because its combat system is incredibly deep and has more layers than an ogre. If hard to grasp mechanics in games were not explicitly explained to players, many people would never fully explore their options and would likely default to what they know how to do, which may not be the best way to experience a game. You can get by at a low level in fighting games by simply mashing the buttons, but in order to fully enjoy the experience, you're gonna have to learn how to play. Many fighting games, especially older ones, face the opposite problem of what we're talking about today. They hardly explain anything to the player and don't offer them adequate training options to figure things out. This results in a lot of people bouncing off games, citing the difficulty for new players and obtuse controls. And it's true. Learning your first fighting game can feel like learning how to walk again, except this time your legs are stale baguettes and you're walking on a bed of Legos. That's why it's important that devs provide players with a healthy amount of training options should they need them. Emphasis on should. Players' skill levels exist on a wide spectrum, ranging from "this is literally my first video game" to "if I'm not top of the leaderboard in Battlefield this round, it's because I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV Online and Bloons Tower Defense 6 on my other two monitors at the same time." Games shouldn't expect everyone to want the same level of assistance. Some people, including me clearly, find it incredibly frustrating when a game continuously ruins the joy of exploration and discovery by telling you exactly what to do. Horizon Forbidden West and, much to my dismay, God of War Ragnarok are both guilty of doing this. In Ragnarok, your companions routinely ruin puzzles for you by almost explicitly saying how to solve them. You have Atreus and Mimir treating the literal god of war like he has the brain of an infant anytime Kratos needs to solve an environmental puzzle. And sometimes, they don't even wait for you to actually try anything or fully look around before they start talking. And yes, you can change a setting to give yourself a little more time, but that won't stop them from patronizing you with these stupid hints.
Not quite right.
That was close. Try again.
Aloy, though. Lord almighty, Aloy needs to start a podcast or something because she is incredible at speaking non-stop without actually saying anything that anyone wants to hear. The German Blitz in World War II dropped tens of thousands of bombs on Britain over an 8-month period, but it still doesn't compare to the absolute bombardment Aloy subjects you to in this game. Oh, the goal is to take out some enemies? I need to check if there are any guards left. So you kill one. I need to check if there are any guards left. I'm aware of what I'm supposed to be doing, Aloy, thank you. But that's not it. Oh no. Aloy narrates everything she's doing as if the player is so stupid they can't even understand what they themselves are doing in the game. I'm the one pressing the buttons on the controller and looking at the screen. I'm aware of what's going on. If you pick something up for crafting, gotta stay prepared. If you find a key,
good thing I found a key.
If she is literally being 360 no-scoped in the back of the head with an arrow, she will still continue monologuing about absolutely nothing.
Nice.
She's in retreat!
By the way, I'm done here.
Oh, but that's not it. Oh no. When you're trying to solve a puzzle or even roaming around the world, she forgets what series she's from and starts talking like she's in a skit from the Tales of games. Now those things are awesome because they really characterize the cast and provide insight into the world, and also, they're optional. There can't be that much development going on here when Aloy is literally just talking to herself. It's not a complex discussion between individuals of differing opinions. It's not world building. It's just the game doing everything in its power to make sure you don't get lost and have to engage that big gray blob in your head for even 1 second. Now they did add a patch to reduce this nonsense in response to feedback. Good. But that really only shows the developer's opinion of their players. They didn't think the people who bought their game were intelligent enough to play it, so they were utterly bamboozled when they figured out that we like to think for ourselves. I must apologize for the behavior of my passion, but this has really been bothering me recently. There are absolutely other video games that hold your hand too much, but these stand out to me because they are otherwise fantastic video games. It's more frustrating for games you really enjoy to have stupid issues like this than games that weren't really good to begin with. I think accessibility in games and giving players more options is a good thing. The work some studios have been doing on this front lately is fantastic. Games intended for a mainstream audience should let you twiddle and tweak the experience as much as you need to make it work well for you. I think adding in an option to adjust the level of assistance a game gives you would be a great step forward here. I'm new to this genre and would like a little more help. Could be an option where a game gives you more assistance, like characters talking to you and giving you hints, while an option like I'm experienced with this type of game would let you figure things out on your own. Just some thoughts, let me know what you think about all this. P.S. Go play Tears of the Kingdom if you want to see a game that leaves you alone to figure things out. Or, Elden Ring.